Hi guys, so today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this is the fresh release from Eduard. It comes in 1/48 scale and it's a German twin-engine fighter aircraft Bf-110C. So in Profipack you will get not only the plastic but also decals and masks and PE parts, and it makes a whole kit quite an interesting release which brings you everything needed in one box, and that's why I decided to take a closer look. So we have a commercial sample here, and this kit number 8209 is the final shape of this release, and you'll get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. And the aircraft itself, or the plastic itself, is not exactly new because it was released some time ago by Eduard. Nevertheless, it was sold out for several years, in my opinion, as far as I remember, and now we get a chance to assemble it again. So as you can see, the box size is typical for this brand. We have really nice box art here, and that's the comparison with my hand. So if you had experience with the Profipacks before, this size will be familiar for you. And on the side you'll find some information about the manufacturer, also some safety advices, and here is the kit number, by the way. And if I flip it over, here is what we have on the marking options section. So as you can see, there are 5 of them, and they're quite different, quite colorful, so you will definitely find something interesting for your build as well. So of course it's a top opening box, and as you can see there is plenty of space, so it's not exactly tight packaging, but we still get the parts filled up to the top, and we have even the 2 clear sprues, as you can see. So we will actually start with the clear parts, and then we will continue with other elements as usual. So just give me a second, I'll open the first Ziploc bag. So packing the clear parts separately is actually a good idea because it protects them from the possible scratches and damage during the shipment. And here, for example, you can see the first clear sprue, and it's easy to notice that one part broke off. So it's not damaged, it just broke off due to the rough shipment. Overall molding quality looks really good here, and because this is a Profipack, so we get the masks included, and it also means that you will get a nice paint work without any additional time wasted. Okay, so another part broke off, by the way, so it's a bit of interesting situation here. This one, the main section, when I was moving it, so it was coming apart, let's say. But well, it happens with any of the kits, in my opinion. Here we continue with another clear plastic sprue, so this one will be necessary for the separate sections of the canopy. And again, as you can see, molding quality looks fine, so it's just a matter of combining all of these parts and using the masks, of course. So now I'm opening the bigger plastic bag. Here we have the gray plastic sprues, and those ones are carrying the large plastic parts. So I will show in a second what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first one is the sprue A, and here we get wing parts. So I will have to zoom out because these are large wings. As you remember, it's a twin engine aircraft in 1/48 scale, so that's why wingspan is really big here, and you have to account for this because this model will definitely take some space on your shelf. And note that we have the pre-molded flaps here, but ailerons are separate. We have also recessed panel lines and rivets. Obviously the separate engine gondolas, and if I flip it over, here we have some guiding elements which will help you with alignment of these large parts together. Maybe it's also a good idea to install some metal rod in order to support all of these large parts, because otherwise you might end up with a wrong alignment of the wings on your aircraft. Next we continue with another large sprue, so here we have mix of parts. You can notice that we have some wing mechanization elements as well as landing gear wheels, cockpit floor here, and also some parts for the air intakes. So everything looks fine for the cockpit, and for the landing gear wheels I think there is also a brassing upgrade available, so in case you're ready to spend a bit more, then definitely go for this, because in 1/48 scale such investment will be noticeable. As you can see, the landing gear wheels, they should be glued out of 2 halves, so that's why it might be worth getting the brassing replacement, which is also molded or casted as a single piece element. Okay, one more sprue from this plastic bag is this fuselage one. So here we have two fuselage halves. Obviously they're molded without the tail fin and also tail wings. They are here. Also we have the separate nose section. As you can see, there are several options and you'll have to use only one. All others will go into your spare parts box. And we also have this fuel tank under fuselage one, so it is molded as a single piece part. It's quite a smart design, but I'm not sure if it will be actually used in the C version of the BF110, so we will have to consult with the assembly manual, of course. Okay, so let's move it. Maybe I will show also the opposite side of this sprue. So here we have some minor features on the cockpit area, and they will be enhanced with P parts, I hope, because here, as you remember, we have the Profipack, so there should be some P elements for this section of the aircraft. Next we continue with the sprue H, and here we have parts for engine gondolas. Each one should be glued out of two halves, and also we have the separate panel for the air intake. We also have the two types of the instrument panel, I guess, even three. There is a third part, and we have also the tail fins molded together with the rudders, but at least they are coming as a single piece part, so it means you won't have any nasty seams here, and they are molded as a thin elements and easy to combine. Okay, next we continue with the sprue. Well, here, yeah, it's written J. It's quite difficult to find it because it's written here with a small font. Nevertheless, we have the cockpit parts here. As you can see, some of them are really tiny, so you will have to use the tweezers. And even though this is a 1/48 scale, you can notice that some of them are smaller than my fingertip. And that's actually good for details, not that good for modelers who have bad eyesight. So definitely be ready for this. And one more gray plastic sprue is large one. So here we have the sprue G, and this one is filled with small elements. I guess these ones will be used for various engine and also engine gear sections, maybe also some of the cockpit areas. And this is quite interesting to see that big amount of the small parts in a large aircraft. Okay, I'm now opening the plastic bag with P parts, and actually we get two P threads here, which is quite unusual for a Profipack in my opinion, because we get pre-painted and also the natural golden finish P threads. So here they are. Let's zoom in a bit so that you can see these parts closer. So those two are typical for Eduard. I mean, in terms of quality, there are no surprises, and they should actually bring more features, as I said before. And some of them are really tiny. So here you can see again my fingertip for size relation, but also this one cell is 1 by 1 centimeter. So it should also give you an idea of how small these parts are. And obviously it's good to get some special tools for PE bending and also PE handling on your aircraft. Next we have also the masks. So they are pre-cut and they should be used not only for the canopy but also for the landing gear wheels, which is really good because, as you remember, landing gear wheels, they are assembled out of two halves and they are also molded as a single section with a tire. Next we have the decal sheet. So actually there are two of them. One is really big and another one is dedicated to stencils. So I will open it in a second and we will take a closer look together, because here we have interesting stuff. So first, the decal sheet is really big, as I said before. Of course it is printed in Eduard, so no worries about printing quality, but I think there is no need to zoom out because it's better to show it like that, and you will get the chance to check all of the symbols in a bit closer way. So we even have the shark mouth here, we even have some decals for the cockpit, and as usual I say that these decals in Profipack are not that needed, but some others have bad eyesight or problems with installing the P part, so that's where these decals come handy, so it might be useful for some of you. And there is the second decal sheet. So this one is dedicated to stencils, and as you can see, we have all necessary stencils for this aircraft in 1/48 scale. It's a must-have, so do not be lazy, apply them all, and your aircraft will only benefit from such addition. And next we can check the assembly manual. So this one is printed in form of large brochure. We have the history note on the first page, and then we have a parts map. Assembly process starts with the cockpit, so here you will have to decide whether you will be using the decals or the PE parts for the cockpit. As you can see, for the PE parts it's a bit more fun because you get to replicate various handles, and this is not something you will be able to replicate with decals and plastic. Okay, so here we continue with more cockpit parts here and there. So overall, cockpit should be nicely detailed with help of everything you get in the box. So even if you plan to have the canopy closed, still it will be visible through the large open sections. So definitely do not be lazy and install all of this stuff, because in 1/48 scale this is actually a good bonus to have in the standard package. So here you can see the wings installation and also tail wings together with the tail fins. We work on the landing gear here. So again, I remind you that you can replace these wheels with a brassing alternative. Next we continue with exhaust stacks, and here we have quite an interesting design because each of the exhaust is molded separately and you have to install it on the support base, if we can say so. Here you can see the canopy parts, and there are options for the open canopy, as you can see here. Next we continue with the masks application guide. So again, not only the clear parts but also the landing gear wheels are covered with the stickers. Then we have the marking guide for the first marking option from August 1940. Here we have aircraft from June 1940. This one is from August 1940. And here we continue with two more from October 1941 and May 1941. This black aircraft should be quite an interesting thing to replicate, thanks to the remaining camouflage in some sections, as you can see. And here on the last page, of course, you'll find the stenciling positioning guide. And as you can see, there is no ad for the original brassing accessories, so you have to Google or search them on the official Eduard website when you'll be getting this kit. So it should be already available. As I said, you can get it on official website of the manufacturer, obviously eduard.com. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, also share this video with your friends. I would be only thankful for this, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.